And now the latest on the wide world of tropics. Hypo hurricane outlook for June the 18th. So we don't have any real tropical cyclones active at the moment, though we do have one potential tropical cyclone, and guess where it is? The Eastern Pacific, because the Eastern Pacific apparently wants to continue its like I like to call it, they don't stop coming. Another one, and then another one, then another storm just keeps popping up, and you're about to see that again when we go take a look at there. But it looks like the North Atlantic might also jump into this another one stuff. So once again, we're still trying to get those animations back. We should have them back by summer day, which is the 21st. But the Atlantic's kind of jumping into this another one action. Of course, we still have that area of interest that could come from that Eastern Pacific system, 3E. We're about to take a look at it in a second, and you will see why that's still there, despite the fact that it has only a 10% chance. Now, AOI 1, which is was supposed to be AOI 2, but we just decided to make that AOI 1 because that actually has a better chance at doing something than the elements of 3E. 20% chance of 20% chance in the next 7 days for that AOI, and a 10% chance in the next 2 days. So that's something that will enter the Caribbean and Gulf of Mexico. So that could become our first tropical cyclone if it survives those upper weather winds. In the Eastern Pacific, here is potential tropical cyclone 3E, which has a 100% chance of forming in the next 7 days and in the next 48 hours. So it looks like we might have Tropical Storm Cosme, and by tomorrow, which would definitely be our next advisory, especially since summer's arrived. We have more time to do stuff now. And then there is an area of interest with a 30% chance. Another one is coming, I guess. And no, it is not that AOI 1 in the Atlantic. The Atlantic and East Pacific are donating storms to themselves, not just expected to be its own thing on the very long term actually, because that AOI in the Atlantic is not even going to try to get into the Eastern Pacific. It's just going to try to curve into the Gulf of Mexico, possibly becoming an impact for Florida. But this isn't about the Atlantic anymore. But that storm isn't going to do much, so I can't really talk about it right now. That's just a 30% chance out there. And that was the sound of me almost dropping one of my things I used to make these outlooks. So Nimbus failed to reach the typhoon status and didn't even get past 55 miles per hour. It actually peaked around 50 miles per hour. So now we have absolutely nothing in the Western Pacific once again. And this time it should stay like that until July. Dear help me if we get another major storm before July. The Western Pacific's shaping up for a very hyperactive season if it keeps doing all of this activity. So 96A has failed us, and we once again have nothing expected in the North Indian Ocean. Looks like 96 wasn't the lucky number. Will 97 be the lucky number? We'll have to wait and see, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. But who knows what could happen in the North Indian Ocean, especially in a hypo world. So in the North Atlantic, if one of those AOIs form into a tropical storm, the first one of the season, the first named storm up is Andrea. Eastern Pacific's waiting for Cosme. We're probably and most certainly getting that tomorrow. Central Pacific, we're still waiting for Iona. We're about to start that streak. Western Pacific's waiting for Orion. In the North Indian Ocean, it's Indra. That's all for today's Hypo Hurricane Outlook. We'll be back tomorrow.